I've still got music playing.
Well, I started, so.
I've
I
started too, don't worry.
so yeah.
Okay, so basically,
This is awkward.
so that was supposed to be a cappella, but no one did it with me. What is up, Drummer Alert Nation? Welcome to the 80th episode of Drivecast.
Wait, did you
Let's
just
get
nut in your hand? Did you just
right.
nut in your hand and started? What are you doing?
I'm
What?
shaving, bro.
You're shaving? Why couldn't you do this before?
I need to save time.
You just nutted in your hand and put on.
Let's get right to the
Oh, you
news.
just fucked up my
So
freaking border,
we are
nice.
now on the 80th episode of Drivecast. That means we've done 80 of these. That means we've had a lot of free time, basically. So is there anything we would like to say to commemorate this moment?
80.
Interstate 80!
Oh.
80.
70 plus 10!
Right, Speedway, to you sort your shit out. For anyone who's watching on Mixcloud, by the way, you should go and check that out. Link in the description. You can watch it on your iOS or Android device, and we are not being paid, I promise.
You can't watch it on your Windows device because you're a
You can't watch
dickhead.
this shit. The Speedway,
Yeah,
until
you
you
can't.
sort yourself out, you're not coming back on Drivecast. If for anyone who is on Mixcloud,
Why?
is currently shaving for some reason, I don't know. Nigga doesn't turn up and expects to be on Drivecast when he's shaving. Nah, fuck off. So basically,
By the way, if you're using Windows Phone, you're a degen. So
Hey, ask Cortana. Ask Cortana where you can get a better phone.
ask Cortana where you can get Mixcloud from. She'll be like, no, nigga. Anyway, we got plenty of topics this week because obviously Gamescom has just happened. That means we've got Forza, we've got Gran Turismo, got Drive Club, we got all that shit. So first off, we're gonna go ahead and talk about Forza since that's probably gonna be the thing.
Let's just execute the unnecessary ones first. Gran Turismo Sport, what do you have to say about it?
See, this is because you don't want to talk about it. I kind of want to talk about it.
I'm just being honest right now. Drive Club, nigga, who can afford that shit right now? Who can get VR right now and set up Drive Club and pay that comfortably?
I technically can.
Would you though?
But
No.
that's not what I want to talk about, and I'll talk about that in a minute. There's more stuff to it.
Alright.
For anyone who's on Mixcloud Speedway, just join back. So that's not what I want to talk about because they've added some new tracks and stuff, which I want to talk about in a bit. I want to talk about Forza first. Because we got Forza Horizon 3 gameplay, we see the off-road gameplay, then we see the Rocket Buddy gameplay, and then we see it all basically. So basically, we kind of have got it all now. Speedway, till you sort it out, don't come back. Yeah, basically we got all of it right now. So where should we start?
I think we should start in the
Drone mode.
No, we shouldn't. We should go from what basically we saw. So let's talk about the how the off-road physics and how it looks. Because personally, I think it looks slightly different. It looks like the cars feel a bit more heavy and they're a bit more like stuck to the ground. If you know what I mean? If that makes any sense. Also, cars sound significantly better on this game. I've noticed the car sounds.
I know the backfire is a lot better. The backfire looks a hell of a lot better now.
That 180 sounds beefy as fuck.
Jay and I talked about this even way before Gamescom, like a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, where we said we even noticed like on some of that gameplay where there's like some off-road races. We even mentioned like the off-road physics look really sticky. Like it just looks like it's more planted to the ground.
So
yeah, it doesn't look like you're flying around like.
Yeah.
Theo,
it's not-
and obviously Theo's played the demo and he says you can still go off road in a Lambo doing like 2 billion miles per hour.
Well, yeah, they're not gonna stop that though. Are
It's
they?
not like to the point where you can't like off-road cars will have a significant advantage from what I understand.
Yeah.
Now, with the off-roading, are they gonna have those events like in Horizon 2 where basically you're taking like a Lamborghini and going off-road and you're doing all those off-road races?
Because obviously now because they've got the blueprints in, you can do your events yourself.
Oh,
if you
so
don't
I
want
can
to-
just skip that.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you
good.
don't want to do any off-road events, you don't have to because you can just create your own blueprint, and we'll talk about that a bit later because that was part of the gameplay. I've got a question. Did anyone see the picture I put up on Twitter of the BMW M4 Liberty Walk that was 10 million?
Yeah.
I laughed at that. That was hilarious.
Because it's like it says it's a hold on, let me get it up. I think it said on the name it was a BMW M4 Coupe Horizon Edition, and on the actual thing itself it says HE Skills 2, which I'm assuming means you get double skill points while you're using it.
Yeah.
But 10 million.
There's no way it can be to 10 mil. They're not.
Now,
gonna
is
do
that just a
At least for
placeholder,
demo.
or do you actually think it's 10 million? And keep in mind, it's only a rear-wheel drive S1 car.
it. I pray it's not. I pray it's not that much. I pray it's
I
just
think
because it's a
it's
demo.
just for demo, right? Could be.
And if it is that much, do you think it's going to be a unicorn car only for those that it's on the auction place? Do you think that's a possible thing?
Could be, but what there'd be dickheads to put that as a unicorn car.
Unicorn car. Can you?
As in, because it says Horizon Edition. So
Unicorn
obviously
cars.
the normal
no one
M4
has-
will be on there, but they can have Horizon Editions, which will give double XP, which will be really, really rare.
Yeah.
What's the
That's
unicorn?
at least what I'm thinking.
CJ, a unicorn car is a car that turned 10 spring. In Forza Motorsport 4, 3, and 4, they sprinkled like really rare cars in the game that you couldn't get unless you won an event or you won like a photo contest or something on the storefront, or you bought it for like 30 mil on the auction house, which not a lot of people did. So
Basically, really rare cars, which
yeah.
are only available on the auction house or through winning
Oh,
competitions.
yeah.
And obviously they've got that competitions mode in there, which we'll talk about in a bit. So first things first, we should go
I'm
in
a
chronological
realist.
order because we've kind of gone through a different order. So first thing we saw was Rocket Bunny gameplay.
Yeah. No,
First
it
things
isn't.
first, it was.
No, it wasn't.
What was it then?
Wasn't it the off-roading
Was it
first?
the Raptor?
I saw the Rocket Bunny stuff first.
Yeah.
Well, are you talking about the stream?
I never looked at the off-roading.
I just saw it come on my timeline. That was the
Well,
first.
anyway,
I thought on the stream it was like the off-roading gameplay first.
I didn't watch the stream. I just saw it on
Well, I didn't
stream
either.
In the stream, it was the Raptor first, and then the Rocket Bunny.
Right, whatever. We're talking about Rocket Bunny now, just to get onto topic. The physics look a hell of a lot more heavier.
Yeah.
A hell of a lot more heavy. They do look genuinely different. Drifting still looks weird. Drifting is one of those things I think we need to play it before we decide anything. Like,
Yeah.
well, obviously, but like it does. I don't want to say it looks too different, but like when you were doing that drift like corner, it said hold A to e-brake, which I thought was a bit weird.
Mm.
Like,
E-brake.
It said something across those lines, yeah.
Well,
Oh,
let me get.
I didn't even notice that.
Hey,
Um,
that would
I
be.
was like, you know,
here.
in like a tutorial sort of thing, it's like you like it says it comes up with a prompt. It said it might have said tap, or it might have said hold, but it definitely said press A to e-brake at some
I
point.
wouldn't. That would be hard to get used to.
No,
But
but
what do you
can
mean? I
change-
mean, it was A to do drifting in the previous game as well. So.
Yeah.
But it's just weird how it was like say it said hold. It was like
No, I think
it's,
that's
it's
just.
not it's not you just hold it and then you go into the drift. There's a bit more to than just that, really.
I think they're just hinting how to get your car to slide. I don't think
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
actually a button to slide your car. Like
But-
it's not going to automatically put you into a drift. I think that's just gonna.
Yeah.
They're just telling you how. Yeah.
But regardless, it still has a hell of a lot more of a Horizon 1 feel than it did Horizon 2.
Yeah, I can already tell that.
Horizon 2
Especially
didn't even,
just from the surroundings. The surroundings
Yeah,
look
the
so
city
much
also.
better.
The city area.
Horizon 2 didn't even feel like I was in a festival.
Yeah, Horizon 2 just it felt dead. It felt the open world felt really dead, and like going down to the very very minuscule detail, such as just a train going by, just adds to the just.
I really
overall...
wanted them to drive into it. I really wanted them to
That
drive
is
into
possible.
it.
Even
I want to
like-
know what happens.
Even the fact that you can actually go around the map freely, apparently.
Yeah,
Because
and-
there are no barriers.
I noticed this when I saw it at E3. Like the fact that you can drive slightly into the sea. Like, come on, you couldn't do anything like that on.
The
Horizon
fact
2.
rain is in there as a whole, and you've got water there.
Yeah,
Like that's huge. Like
it is.
we can all these jokes with 3D puddles and shit, yeah. But when you actually see it in an open world and they can actually make use of it, like it looks so sick. And that's not even the thing. The thing is with the Horizon blueprints, you can sort out if you want rain. So if you don't want rain in your races, you don't have to have rain in your races. It's all literally all down to you, so you cannot moan because you are the like in control.
You know, I
Which
just thought
kinda-
about this
It
one.
kind of takes away. It takes away from the like being the bottom guy and moving up, but it adds so much more in terms of actual
Yeah.
gameplay. I think.
Definitely.
One thing I really like what they're doing. It's a not very small thing, but it's in your face. The city. I like how they had like an actual city.
Yeah, with skyscrapers and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what that reminded me of when you were driving into the
What?
test drive? It reminded me of test
Yeah,
drive.
of
Extremely
Honolulu.
reminded me of test drive.
That's
I don't.
basically what
Imagine-
Honolulu looks like.
Imagine what that city area looks like at night in the rain.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
gonna
man.
look mad. That
War
game.
games look best at night in the rain. That's probably why Need for Speed did it. But in like literally, Horizon 2 at night in the rain in the middle of Nice looks so gorgeous with like all the lights from the city and stuff. That's gonna look so nice with that Rocket Money 180. It gets me excited. I'm actually so much more excited now than I was before. At E3, I wasn't that excited, but having seen all the gameplay and having seen how much heavier the actual cars look and seeing that the off-roading does seem a bit more like off-road and the cars bobble a bit more and it's not as nice as it was in Horizon 2, if you know what I mean. Like it's actually
Yeah.
off-road and it feels like off-road, at least from what I've seen from the gameplay. I don't know, overall I'm just a lot more excited now. They've put me in that phase. Like last year I feel like last time the last time Horizon game came out I was really bubbly. I'm slowly getting to that level. The more gameplay they release, I'm getting really, really excited.
Yeah.
So anything else before about the on-road physics before we go and talk about Horizon Blueprint?
Physics. I don't know. It just looks like an improved version of 2 to me. Like they've just fixed
Yeah.
and worked on things that were wrong.
I'm just praying that the oversteer issue's gone.
Yeah, and I
As
pray that.
much as I understand, like 1,000 horsepower Supras are gonna drift and stuff, unless it's like unless you've got a CRX and you made that S2 from like a D or an E, you shouldn't really have issues with wheel spin.
Yeah.
If I take a Supra and then put like I don't know, like 800 horsepower, I don't really want it to spin, to be honest.
Mm.
I don't want to have to put traction control on because I like not using it because it's like a challenge. But
Yeah.
that's it for me. As long as they fix the oversteer issues, and that's only something which we will see after launch because usually they don't use upgraded cars in launch and stuff like pre-launch and stuff. Like I'll tell you what, in fact, actually, I was driving.
That 180 was upgraded. That was going rapid.
Yeah.
That was upgraded.
We'll have to see then. Maybe I don't know. We'll have to see.
It
I think
was
it's one of those things you have to
The
try it.
180 is the E class before you do it up.
So what did he make it to? Was it
I
an
don't.
S1?
That definitely wasn't moving like an E class. Think
Let's
about
have a
it.
look. I'll have a look in a minute. I think it was S1 then. It must have been. I think I remember it being S1. But anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, as long as they fix the oversteer issues, which is something we'll know after launch.
Yeah.
That's about it really in terms of physics. That was my only real major gripe, and it was a bit too easy to drift. As long as it's a bit more like Horizon 1 in terms of drifting,
Yeah.
like where you can actually like spin out and there's a level of difficulty to it. You can't just do it. I don't think that'll be the case though because they've got drift corners, so they want to make it available to the casuals too.
I was kind of concerned still when you were going off-road with a non-off-road car that I saw in another gameplay, and you still go really, really fast.
Yeah, you can. We talked about this before when I kicked you. This was it the Cherry-Antano? I still don't know how to say that in the car. I still don't know.
Centenario.
Centenariano.
Centenario.
Centenario. Theo said when he was playing it that you could just fly off-road with it.
Yeah, that's why.
That doesn't bother me, to be fair.
Yeah, but there needs to be a balance if you want to have off-roading cars and.
Well,
Yeah, I would
obviously
like
the-
there to be
the-
a quite. I would like there to be a lenience towards like off-roading cars and them actually having an advantage off-road because that kind of just makes sense.
You did
Well,
mention in the interview we was having that when you go through puddles and stuff,
Yeah,
your
you
cars,
do stop a little bit.
supercars significantly slow down more than cars that are risen.
I think it's one of those things we need to play it and feel
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? Like it's not something you can just judge by one car because
To be
it's gonna
honest, as long as the cars aren't just skippy and shit like they are on 2, I'm fine. It's just
I
I don't
mean-
like how quick they go. Like if you are airborne 50% of the time in races on Forza Horizon 2 if it's a cross country race. I hate those, by the way.
I think that's what's good about being
Yeah.
being a bit heavier. Like the physics
Yeah.
as a whole, they're a hell of a lot heavier. So you're gonna have less of that issue. But again, it's like it's one of those things you need to feel it. You can't just like say, "Oh, it looks like this," because it's one thing looking at it, and then it's one thing playing
Yeah.
at it. Like
Yeah.
like I said, I was
I mean,
in
it's
this is
still
what I was gonna
not
say before. For Horizon 2, I was driving around in a stock Viper, and that thing is planted. If it's
Yeah.
stock, it was S1 stock, and it was planted. Unless you really go up in like in the high rev, like almost at the red line, you're not really gonna spin too much. But then as soon as you put any upgrades in, it completely changes the game.
Mm.
Yeah. But still,
Um,
like the handling in terms of Horizon, like it's a lot. Like, it's improved a lot compared to Horizon 2 for the looks of it. I mean, the off-road cars do seem heavier and like they do have like a speed limit. With that in Forza Horizon 2, like it was just going on dirt. It was the same as going on asphalt.
Yeah.
What I was going to say was, I don't think there'd be a point in having off-road cars if all the supercars are going to do is dominate off-road. Obviously,
Yeah.
what I believe would happen is, yes, the supercars are going to be able to absolutely just tear off-road in terms of like top speed and acceleration stuff, but as far as like actual handling, that's where the off-road cars come in. And if you know about off-road racing and racing games, handling is the most important part of actually winning races off-road. So I think that's why off-road cars will be significantly better than the supercars and all the other cars off-road.
Yeah. Like this actually reminds me of something. There's this race in the crew where it's basically a guy you're in a dirt spec and you're racing some guy in like a perf spec. Why can't they do something like that in Forza? Like I know they did.
That sounds
with,
like
like,
that sounds like a Forza thing to do too. So
yeah, like they have those in like with the
I don't want
AI.
to see no. Are you talking about the actual specs or like that type of race?
that type of race.
Oh, yeah, they could do that. I mean, it very well could be a showcase event.
I mean, like they do have those as showcase events, but I'm talking.
They've got one
hey,
where you've got an.
like,
That's basically what it is with the aeroplane.
Yeah,
really.
but what I'm talking is like you have like another like a person, like this is actually like people doing it. Like there's a road and there's a bunch of dirt routes and stuff that you can take it, and first one to the end wins.
Does anyone know if you can actually create your own races? I think you can.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I think
If so, you can easily do that then. You can just have one person in a car, one person in off-road, but I don't think it's going to be to the extent where you can't drive off-road with a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't like that. Like, it was like a mission in the crew, and it basically forced you to take.
But this is different though, because it's literally. I'm assuming it's just races for the Horizon career mode.
Yeah.
So that leads us greatly on to the next one, which is blueprints. So does anyone else want to take the lead for this one? Because my throat is fucking killing.
Oh, we have the blueprint. They're good. They make you do your own race. You put the A class or the B class or the C class or D. Sucking on my wheelie, I put it in your PA. I think it is a good aspect to make you do your own race, set up anything you want. Okay. We have had nothing like this before in Forza series. So it make good unless you go in the motorsports, you may set up your own race, blah blah whatever. But in this,
I don't think you can do car classes though. I think it's
no. Hold up! I stopped the phone. You said you didn't watch the stream, right?
not all of it. I
You missed information then, because if he goes onto the menu and he actually shows you.
Yeah. And you've got car. Can you do it by class, or is it literally just by like type of car? So like extreme off road.
I'm pretty sure the Ralph. He said, you can go down very specific, and you go down change specific car, like you can choose individual car for the person. So I'm pretty sure that falls under changing the class. So overall, it looks like a very good aspect to the game. It's gonna add on a lot of things like
right, Mr. South Africa.
No, stop. So I'm not done. If we all want to like say we YouTuber, yeah, right? No, not apart from you, Speedway. If we all YouTubers, right? we could like do YouTube videos, like we do a series where each of us take a turn to make a certain race, yeah, right? Good things. There's good things coming. I tell you, we have loads of hours to play.
Why are you telling everyone your ideas?
I will sneak peek though. They go forget it after tonight. They're gonna have a wank all of them and they go and forget. But you can go now. I apologize if no one understood what I just said.
It's alright, so you can rename them, which is pretty cool.
Can you? Yes, Danger Zone. Oh god.
Oh, shout out to Danger Zone.
You can have a Danger Zone championship. You can have an international championship. You can do your own races. So if you want to have
oh my god, yes. Not championship.
You can have a series of races. I'm not sure. Can you create your own races? Is that something that's been confirmed?
I don't know. I can't remember.
I don't want to say if there is or not because I don't know.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine just having just all of your races being like a Jocelyn Hernandez memes? Just like a shout out to Danger Zone.
Race with just her face.
Yeah.
Race is her face. Anyway, people aren't going to understand that. So you can pick between from how Jay said it, preset car classes, so extreme off-road, 90s, supercar, whatever, and I'm assuming you can pick your own actual like classes. So if you want A classes,
Just accurate integras.
The guy said there is presets, but then he also said if you really want to go deep and specifically choose certain aspects, you can.
Because when he was customizing it, when I watched it, it still had all the car classes, but you could just change them.
But I heard him say it. I know I'm not tripping. Let me go and try and.
I mean, that's from when I was
able to have a race with only accurate integras.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's pretty
gay.
stupid.
Just
Fuck off.
call that just gay. Just call the race gay. Anyway, so regardless, there's still so much customization there. If you do only want to race your shitty Integra, you can. Or if you want to race, some RB 240 SX, you can do that as well. So like there's like generally I do like how that is, but it does take away kind of from the story element. I don't think there's going to be like Horizon 1 had a good story.
I wouldn't say it was that good.
It was alright.
It was
For a racing
It was
game.
good for a racing game.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't that.
It won't be anything like that. I don't think again. I mean, I'll be very surprised if it was on that level.
Yeah.
But in return, like you can't like this is another thing. It's like you have that, then take away from the story. Like when one door opens, one door closes. So it's like you gotta make your decision. And I'd rather have all this than a story mode.
Yeah, you're not gonna get like a sex scene or anything.
Imagine that. Imagine if you like they pander the game as a game like this, and then it ends up with an actual hardcore like campaign, where there's like ISIS and shit.
Right. So
Or
enough with
racing
your
game.
bullshit. Carry on. So blueprints, good. Everyone say good. Everyone say good. Good.
Good.
Good.
That was supposed to be everyone in sync saying it at the same time. Never mind.
All right.
Good.
No, it's
Good.
good. Now you
Good.
Good. Good.
Good.
sound like those birds from Finding Nemo. That's what you sound like. What else have we got to talk about? Should we talk about the customization?
Hey, I want to talk about something important. Right, so
Drone mode.
you know me, right? You know me. I'm Jay. I'm the guy who makes the cinematics, right? Overall, I make cinematics on my channel. So I might like skip a month and still
Who are
get.
you?
I might skip a month and still get promotion off turn 10, but it's nothing, right? So I make the montages, right? I was throwing shots then. You don't even know who.
We took throwing shots at.
I made the montage, right? I made the
Were you
montage.
throwing shots on?
I was throwing shots at domestic mango. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, I thought you were someone
I
else.
make the montage, right? I make the montage. It's good to have drone mode. I'm not gonna do that accent.
Don't, because people genuinely won't be able to understand you.
So obviously with the drone mode, it's very exciting to be able to actually use a camera and just fly it anywhere. You could go up to space. I don't think you can go to space, but you can go pretty goddamn
Pretty
high.
fucking high. I reckon. Would you reckon you'll be able to go as high as the buildings go?
Be cool if
Because
you could.
imagine if you go right to the top of that city skyscraper and look down.
Oh
I don't know,
boy.
because for what we'd seen, was that the limit of what the drone could go? Because I don't think so.
He didn't seem to stop. He just stopped seemed like he stopped
Yeah, he
himself.
stopped like just
In
there.
terms of height, I don't know, but in terms you can go anywhere around the map.
But I'm pretty sure
And
what he
it's
was
also
doing.
available online.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure what he was doing was scripted.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was told what to do.
All I know, Jay, is you can do that online.
All I know.
So the opportunities are endless.
But I want to know if I can zoom in.
Probably because you have an
Well, you don't really
effects
need to, 'cause you can just fly
or
forward.
something.
No, I mean zoom in the camera.
As in like perspective sort of thing.
yes, no, like zoom in the lens.
I don't think you can.
Yeah. So like, I know what you mean,
Probably
Jay.
not,
So
because
like,
you
for
have a
example,
UI
you're.
option. You have an UI option to toggle the UI.
No, I'm not
talking about
UI.
You look at
Yeah,
all the,
but
if you look at all the all controls on the bottom, there is no zoom. There's turbo,
Jay.
hide UI, and that's it.
Are you talking about the type of thing where you zoom in to like your car kind of stands out a little bit against the background?
Yeah, it's just panning in basically. Zooming in your camera. Not panning in, zooming in.
To
Panning
give
in.
it a different perspective sort of thing. You
Yeah.
can't do that from what I understand. From what I understand, the only controls you have are turbo, so that makes the thing go faster, exit, quit, hide UI, and that's it.
I mean, it's going to be alright then. I can still use it for like action shots and stuff, but for certain shots, I'm still probably going to use the camera mode. But then that leads me on to think about if we can use that drone mode online, why wouldn't we be able to use photo mode online? And if we can use photo mode online, I pray that they don't freeze it, so everything carries on moving, so I can get shots with the camera.
If they would do it, it only makes sense for the world to carry on. I think that's the only reason why they wouldn't do it is because they'd have to pause it. Like the photo mode pauses the game in it, as where drone mode doesn't do that. So that kind of makes it easier. So I think if they were to do photo mode online, it wouldn't pause it, but otherwise it wouldn't be available, sort of thing.
Yeah, well, let's just hope that, because if not, then it's not going to be that useful to me. But yeah,
I mean, it's pretty cool. It's good just to explore and see little things. Like I don't know.
So cool.
Not even
don't get me wrong, but...
just like using it as an actual drone could be quite cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially when the game's first out, when you're just looking around areas and stuff like that. Especially for like barn finds and stuff, whatnot.
Yeah, that's what he said.
What else? Trying to think what else. It's auction house. S14. S14.
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
S14. Huge. I'm gonna win it.
So am I. People are so pissed. They're like, why you not have a normal car?
I'm gonna win it, and then I'm gonna wait till 6 months down the line when they never ever do a tournament, and then sell it for like 40 billion, and everyone's gonna be great. That's how it's gonna work.
You're gonna sell the car that you won, so you don't have it yourself.
Yeah, in 6, but I'll have 40 billion credits.
No one will buy it.
But why?
Well, why would you do that when getting 40 billion credits in the actual game is that easy to come by?
You get it after 2 weeks of Forza rewards.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I actually need to make sure I redeem that shit because I've not used that in ages. Does anyone know how that works? Is it similar to how it was in Horizon 2? I'm assuming so.
What do you mean? Forza rewards?
The cars and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Is it like there's different tiers of cars, and then how much you play for Forza, you get different cars and stuff.
Oh, you just got log on and it will be in your gift if you think it.
Yeah, that's how I thought it would have worked. That's alright. That's about it for Forza then.
Yay! It's always smashing, baby.
Looks good that we might not have to have 4-wheel drive for everything as well. I think that's something everyone's forgetting all the time in the last game. All-wheel drive. Otherwise, you're just going to spin. But now it looks like rear-wheel drive has more power. It does spin a bit more, and you have more likely to spin out, but it's just basically real-life car stuff. And then all-wheel drive cars are going to have less power within the class, but they're going to be a hell of a lot more stable. That's kind of what it looks, and they're going to be oversteering a lot more. That kind of looks like what it is. It looks literally like it is in real life, which is good. But yeah, that's about it, really. So, next we should talk about the Crew God expansion.
The Crew Caillou expansion.
So someone should lead this, please.
CJ.
Alright, so basically, at Gamescom, they announced that a new expansion for the Crew would come out, and this actually kind of surprised me a bit, because I thought I thought they ceased making expansion packs for the Crew, and they actually didn't. And it's basically a cops and robbers type game mode. As of right now, it really only seems to be just like a little game mode in the game with a few side missions.
False! There's a new
cars.
story. There's new story missions, baby.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant, like side missions.
But you didn't say
story
it.
mission.
There's like 15 new story missions.
12
story missions.
So I don't know why he said 3 side
And
missions.
also, you get a new play. I think you can choose a different player to drive as. I'm pretty sure.
Right, I'm gonna explain this for you because you did a shit job with that. Basically, you've unlocked loads of cop cars with different specs. So Monster Truck P500, Perf Spec, Agera. But if you do not buy the expansion, you can still play as a racer and be chased. You only need to buy the expansion to actually be the cop.
Mm-hmm.
Which is classic Ivory Tower. I think Theo said that in a video. It's classic Ivory Tower. I love the fact that they're giving that for free. That's like, Ivory Tower are up there as one of the best developers. Like, I don't even play the Crew that much anymore. But like, just the fact they're basically giving it away for free. Level 60 parts are still free. You know, I really, really like that. I think that's really, really cool.
Giving what away?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So the overall level cap now has gone from level 50 to 60 in terms of parts. That's free across everyone. You get to be chased as a racer in these cops and robbers events, and that's free for everyone. I think the new cars might be free on the racer side for everyone. So the F12, the Huracan, the F-35.
That comes with the expansion.
I'm pretty sure that's free. Let me have a quick look.
Nope.
Because I do remember.
The cars come with the expansion.
Yeah, the cars come with the expansion. It's like, for example, you don't have
That's
the
the
Wild
same-
Run expansion.
It's not
No, Wild Run, the cars were free. You just had to buy them.
Yeah.
In game.
But you need to have the expansion.
No, you didn't need the expansion to get the cars in Wild Run.
Nope, only the cop cars are paid. Everything else is free. So F12, Hurricane, R35, all of it's free.
3 as in 3 real.
Holy
money.
shit.
You know,
I'm still gonna buy the
And
expansion.
then the cop
anyway.
variations, you get everything in cop variation with the pack. At least that's what I've been told by Theo. So, yeah,
Wait,
that's
so
pretty
when
fucking
you mean
amazing.
everything in cop variation, do you mean like every single car in the game? I'm guessing that's not true.
Probably not.
but-
I don't know how it works with the cops, but all I know is you get all the cop variations for paid. That's paid. And then
I
you get
wanna-
the story paid. They still get a lot of, like, think about it as overall content. You still get a lot for the pack. Like, you get all the cop stuff, a new story mode, like, you get to be the cop, which is pretty cool, and that's going to be a pretty, like, limited experience. I don't think many people are going to have it.
I just
Like,
think
in a big
that
term.
there's really only one like type of like little game mode where it is cops versus robbers, and it's just people taking crates down the road like 3-4 miles to a safe house. Also, there's a grammatical error in the thing. It says take the things in the safe house. It's supposed to mean to the safe
Come
house.
on, that's not that deep. There's a grammatical error. Oh my god, CJ.
I know, but that's just me being a grammar Nazi. But
Okay, so what do you mean about cop variations?
So there'll be a select group of cars that will have variations, but in cop form. So you've
Like-
seen the Agera.
the
There's a
monster
mon-
spec Fiat is
There's
a
a
cop
monster
car.
spec, a Bar 500. I'm sure like there'll be Jeeps and Hummers and stuff, and like
Yeah.
monster spec fucking Fiat Abarth police car.
yeah,
Yeah.
There's a gameplay of it.
it's gonna be
Hold
sick.
up,
It
so
act-
you know
it's
when-
actually
you know-
gonna be sick.
Do you know when I'm driving around, like I'm chilling, driving around fucking
No,
Wisconsin.
so basically
No,
it's
it's
only
not. No,
it's only
no.
it's only activated when you actually go into the mode. It's
So
not
I'm
public.
I'm not just gonna get disrupted by a bunch of cops, like police brutality, right? No.
Not unless you go into a pursuit.
Hashtag Black Lives Matter.
True.
One
As
thing
well as
that
that, there's a perf spec Aventador, and then on the other side you obviously got the F12, the R35, the Hurricane, with more to be announced.
Yeah, I just can't see myself playing this because I'm broke on the game and
But the thing is, you get all the stuff for free anyway.
even
Yeah.
for free.
As in like the cars, like the F12 and stuff.
They're free in money, game money.
Oh, not in in-game money, but you get the actual like the
I was
content
talking
that's
about
there.
in the game, a broken game.
I mean, it's not that
then
shit.
grind PvP.
You got time. You got till November.
Grind PvP.
November's a
I
long
don't know
time.
if it's that deep. I don't feel like I'll play it that much. I feel like it would just be like the Wild Run. I didn't really play that much. I know you guys
the
did,
thing,
but
the
I,
thing that I don't really like about the pack, because I like almost everything, but I don't like how the cup system works. I mean, I like that the cup AI actually has been buffed and all, but the thing that you are the cup and you have an area in which you can tell if the racer is busted or not, and you just don't take him down at all, because
But you've got to
it
keep in
doesn't work that
mind
way.
that you also get a hell of a lot of more abilities as a racer. So you've got unlimited nitrous, so you can easily get away with there, as where the cops don't. So unless you really fuck up, you're not gonna get busted. And also, then you've got like there's multiple abilities. I can't remember what they all are off by heart. I know you get
I
unlimited
remember all of
nitrous.
them. For the racer side, I remember seeing you could drop flashbangs for some reason, which is really weird. I find that really weird. Jay and I were talking about that last night.
Just
Why was that even necessary, CJ? Then yeah, there's the unlimited nitrous, and I think there was also something like a helicopter hack where you could kind of keep it away from you. And then on the cop side, you have the EMP, and then you have the helicopter, and the third thing was back on track. The racers
Wow.
don't have back on track.
And the only way you can get busted is if you get busted by a player cop, not any
Yeah.
cop. So realistically, it's pretty even when you think about it, like in terms of actual things.
what about
You're fucking gross.
what about fried chicken? Do they have that as a weapon? The cops.
What, you
So
just
they
throw it
can
at
just
them?
wave it out the window and it lures them in.
So
the block.
basically, you go to the in-game equivalent of KFC and just wave it at them.
Drive to like the area where Compton is.
Compton.
I shit myself then because CJ's camera didn't fucking reload and then it did.
I'm reloaded.
Whose fault would it have been that time though?
Yours because you're a fucking rude cunt. That's why.
No, it would have been yours because you kicked me. You didn't have to.
Well,
kick
don't
me.
burp then and be fucking a normal civilized
Hey,
citizen.
also, you're not.
Right, don't care what you're
I
saying.
have
We're going to
a-
carry on and talk about the crew calling out all units. So, a price has not yet been revealed on Steam or PSN or what. How much would you guys be willing to pay for it?
$20.
$20.
I would
That's
say
We
10
said the
bucks.
exact same thing.
Yeah, I was going to say £10, which is basically $20. So, yeah, that's fair enough. I can agree with that.
I'll pay a
Yeah.
tenner. If it's like £20, they can kill themselves. No, not that's extreme. Don't kill yourself. I'm just not buying it. I'm sorry.
10,
Yeah,
I think
same here.
15 pushing it. I think 15 quid is pushing it. So that's like, what, $25?
Yeah.
Some shit like that. I would still pay for it though. If it was, hopefully it will be cheap. I'm having second doubts as if it will be the last expansion. Looking back on it
Then
now,
again,
Needs
I
to be.
don't think
but-
it will be.
when Wild Run came out, they had a collection called the Complete Collection, and it's not
Yeah, but they
complete.
renamed it, and it's like now it's gold. And I think overall, I think they've still got a map expansion waiting. You know, I think deep down, I think still got a map expansion
I
waiting.
think-
Ugh,
Yeah,
just bring us a
I-
new fucking game already.
I think this.
If they don't
DLC
bring it in
is a
Syria, I'm gonna kill myself.
I,
I-
That's a
thinking
good
about it.
one.
Thinking about it, I don't really think that there's going to be a map expansion.
Okay, I think this DLC is a placeholder for a new game. I feel like they're trying to buy time.
Yeah,
I feel like
That's what-
I
that's
feel
what I
like they
would
got a bunch of the devs and they're like, right, make a DLC, just entertain them. We got this, and they're working on another game.
But that's
If
what I
they're not
thought with
working on the
Wild
Crew
Run.
2 right now, then I'm
it
confused.
happened the same with the Wild Run, right? How many people developed Wild Run? It was like 13 people or something.
No. 13 people
I
didn't
think it
develop
was.
all of that.
Oh, where
It
you
was
get that
14.
information on?
It's
All I'm saying is the Wild Room was a huge DLC, and if you want to argue with me, we can. They remade the whole graphic system.
Yeah, but they're not
Then-
going to do that next, are they? They've got nothing to remake.
No, not of course, but I've got a gut feeling.
I feel like the game's time. I feel like that game's time is coming to an end. In fact, I felt like it came to an end after the Wild Run. To be fair,
I'm pretty
I
sure
just
they've got okay, so they've got 9 million players overall. I remember seeing it somewhere, and 3 million just from the Xbox Live Gold thing.
yeah. I'm not saying
then
they don't have
so-
fun. I'm
That's a
just
lot of fucking players, you know.
Shit, 9 million.
The- Yeah, the
So
crew is
that's
still
the
very
reason-
much.
They
make
made
another
fucking. They were making bank.
No,
on
the
this
fact is the
game.
crew is still alive.
I didn't realize they sold
saying it's dead. I'm
9
just saying
million.
The game's.
I am gonna say this though is I remember the summit where you were getting the MX5. The PC version is dead as fuck in comparison to the PS4 version, obviously. But I remember seeing this when Theo posted a picture of the summit and like his rank and stuff. There was 16,000th place was bronze, and on PC 4,000th place was bronze. So like 4 times as more players, if not.
Yeah, but
probably
that's
more
always
than
been the
that, play
case
on
for PC though, because consoles always going
No,
to be more
obviously,
popular than
that's
that.
what I said. But
Yeah.
like, it's insane how many more people play on console than on PC.
Especially on PS4. Like if you go on to even like Need for Speed on PS4, you'll get in a lobby like that, like speedless, it's just like that. But
Yeah,
sometimes
PC
on
you
X,
won't get anywhere.
sometimes on Xbox, especially on Xbox, when I'm doing undefeated, I'm sitting down. Say it's a bit earlier. Say it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a school day on a Friday. I'll go down, and it'll take at least like 3 or 4 tries to get into a lobby. That's where PS4 is literally just like that. It's mad.
Good luck getting one on
Actually bad.
PC.
And then yeah, PC will be worse because PC compared to consoles is just minuscule. In terms of an actual player base, people can say all they want about PC, but the player base on Xbox One and PS4 is so much bigger. End of. And that's why it will help for Horizon actually, because obviously it's crossplay. So
Yeah.
PC people can play with Xbox people, and then Xbox people. I'm gonna still play Xbox though because fuck ain't that PC noise. That's actually a joke. I can't stress how many issues I've had with PC over this past year. Actually a joke. I'm still gonna be on Xbox. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think? Are you gonna be playing Horizon more on Xbox or PC?
Definitely Xbox.
Dependent
Depends
on if I have the same problem with Horizon 2. Like for example, my game crashes on Forza Horizon 2 if I just select a car, it just freezes. My Xbox doesn't freeze, but the game freezes and I have to restart and it's just a pain in the ass. If the same thing happens with Horizon 3, then I'm gonna probably spend more of my time on PC because I don't feel like I have that many problems in comparison to other people's PCs. So, yeah.
It depends. If Forza Horizon 3 runs like Forza Apex, where it will just set
Well, it
my
will.
disk usage up to like 1 billion, then
It
I'm gonna buy another Xbox.
It'll
and
run
get played on there.
exactly like it does on That's basically the same thing, isn't it? And I reckon the requirements will be very similar to Gears of War. I think it was to run it at max settings was 16 gigs of RAM, 970, and
16
then
gigs.
medium. Yeah, medium was 8 with a AMD FX 3350 and something else, a 960 or something like that. Basically, what my rig is.
Fuck
But
that noise.
I'm still gonna be playing it on consoles because consoles just a hell of a lot easier. That's basically all there is to
I'm
it.
probably gonna buy another Xbox.
And also recording using an Elgato so much easier than Shadowplay. I don't care what anyone says. It's so much easier. All you've got to do is press record. Never fucks up. It's always reliable. It's always only fucks for me. Right, CJ, don't talk to me when you don't even fucking record console anyway.
Excuse me, can I show you my Elgato that I got?
Which you don't use.
I do use.
All right, okay. Come back to me when you literally only play PC games on your channel. PC games which don't work. PC games which don't work.
Well, they obviously do.
So you're trying to tell me that Pro Street video is a game which works?
That was
It don't work to me. It looked like it was completely fucked to me. And that's
I find it hilarious because CJ he made one mistake with his Elgato and started saying it's broken, telling them to fix their product.
Yeah, but
Don't-
Jay,
don't-
that's
don't-
something
don't-
everything. CJ has that excuse for everything. Oh,
Don't go
this
to-
game
don't
doesn't
go
work.
to
Oh,
established-
my PC's broken. This game is broken, even though my PC's shit.
Yeah,
This game is broken.
The crook he
You go to established companies like that you paid for their products, right? On Twitter, like, hey, people about fix your product, it's broken. I can't get it working, so it's obviously broken. Need for Speed people, I keep crashing, crash cams crap, remove it, because I'm bad at the game.
I'm out of the game, so guardrails are broken.
The only issue I have, okay, right, you're getting kicked, fuck off. The only issue I have with Elgato is sometimes when I'm recording with the PS3 cable, it stutters, and the audio gets desynced, and you've got to resync it in post. But that's not an issue. That takes like 2 seconds, because you can sync it up after the loading screens with the music. And that's about it, really. I don't ever really use my microphone and stuff with it because that desyncs, and I don't really need to because I use Audacity anyway. And I use Audacity anyway, so I can just sync it up anyway. And I like having the separate audio streams, so I can mute CJ when he fucking's being annoying like this now.
Oh yeah, that's
Excuse
one
me?
thing one thing that sucks about doing this on PC
Yeah,
is
PC
because
recording.
you can't really do that because okay, so my setup is basically Elgato records my game, and then I use Windows Movie Maker to record my webcam, and then OBS to record your guys' audio. And if CJ just starts randomly singing in the middle of it, I could just mute him. It's that easy.
But if you're recording on PC, OBS records your game audio as well. So unless you do different audio streams, then you're fucked, and that takes so long, and you've got to go through drivers and this and that. CJ, fuck off, before I kick you again.
Drivers just to mute
Yes,
someone.
drivers to get your fucking Skype audio in different channels. Yes, that's how it works, CJ. I know what I'm fucking talking about. And that's just a hell of a lot of effort as well. I think console is just so much easier to record.
CJ, you just said he's bad at PC, but when I watch your videos, there's always something weird, like the quality is not as high as it possibly can be, or the aspect ratio is fucked up. Don't come for people if you.
Oh yeah, also don't come for me
shooting
when you
properly.
use the border that's given to you by Shadowplay, okay? When you actually learn how to use Photoshop and you don't have some shitty outro, then come to me, okay?
What do you mean the border?
Cool,
I got the
cool,
border off the
cool,
internet.
Chill. So it wasn't even from Shadowplay. You press save as from the internet. That's good.
And I recolored it.
No, one
You know what,
thing
you're
that I
gonna
love
get
about CJ is his thumbnails. I love how the Hot Pursuit logo stretched up so that it just looks like a square.
It's okay because I don't do it seriously. I do it as fun. No, it's just shit.
Hey, it gets views, so it's alright.
Don't come at me. Don't
No,
come at me.
oh, it gets views. Is that why your video's on 50 views after 24
Is that
hours?
why Niner overtook you when you were ahead of him in subs? Fucking dickhead.
At least I'm white.
Alright, yeah, that's good. Yeah, and you know what? I'm host, bitch. Right.
Savage!
Sorry, sometimes he just needs to be put back in his place. I don't want to have to be mean to CJ, but he does this to himself.
Hey, every time you kick
Right,
me,
shut up. No one cares. No one cares. No one cares. Shut up. No one asked. So going back onto the crew. I asked you how much you would pay for it. If it is, okay, will you buy it? I think this mainly goes to Jay actually, because everyone else will buy it here. I think that's pretty obvious because everyone else here plays the Crew and we all like the Crew. Jay, will you buy it? Because you're not a big fan of the Crew.
Yeah.
If it's £10.
Yeah. Every time you can get this tenner, but you cannot get that $25. No. No, I got games to say rock fall.
I still haven't got enough Horizon.
I still haven't got the money for it either, but
I'm like £70 down.
I'm like, I think I'm not halfway there, right? But
Man's gonna have to use his student loan.
I might have to, I might have to someone.
Thankfully,
It's get downloaded regardless because I've got like 2 people's Xbox account on mine, so
I'm actually gonna have to go into my student loan. It's got to that point for me.
Forza if I don't want to, but I'm going to.
my wallet. Got
There's
my
an ultimate
supermarket
edition.
money.
You can pay Ultimate edition, or are you gonna pay for normal edition?
Me, also, I'm getting ultimate.
You're gonna get ultimate.
Hey, it's not good that you're allowed to do it 4 days early.
What are you even talking about?
Of Drive Club VR and Gran Turismo Sport. This is something which is only really applicable to a few of us. First off, Drive Club VR. Weird thing about Drive Club VR. That's literally what it would be like. But anyway, the first thing is that it's being sold as a separate game, and B, it has more tracks.
What? A VR version has more tracks than the standard?
They're selling it with like 2 extra tracks.
Can I have
Which
those
I
tracks?
thought was really weird considering they've been fired.
Yes, I hear.
Really,
Fire,
really
you're
weird.
fired.
Now, question 1 is, do you think they'll sell these with the normal game? My answer is no.
Wait,
No.
did you say will they sell the goggles with the...
No. Will they sell the fucking tracks with the normal game? Or will they have it for free?
I want those tracks.
How much are the goggles?
The VR goggles? I'll have a look. I'm pretty sure it comes with some headphones as well, actually, which is pretty cool. PS VR.
Oh god, that don't work.
I do think it's
Total
really cool
loves the
how it's
deep
there
throat.
on day one. 350.
Ooh, that's
Oh,
not...
That's the cheapest that any VR headset
That's
is.
the console, though.
That's actually that's less than I expected.
Nah, fuck
Yeah,
that. I'm gonna use Google Cardboard.
Unless you're making that cake, right?
like I could save up for that in like a month.
Unless you've got a
Oh!
console already, a PS4 already, or you're making that good cheddar, you're kind of fucked.
So
So
both, really. You need
my
to make good cheddar, and you need to already have a PS4 or
Yeah.
that PS4 Neo BS they're gonna bring out. But
CJ, you stack shelves, cool. I personally think that I don't know. It's just so out of reach for me. I can't speak on it. It's so out of
if
reach.
we were all earning, it wouldn't be an issue. But when none of us are, so it's like.
Earning,
DJ, shut the fuck up. You work at a supermarket earning minimum wage. You're not earning.
Well,
I'm saying if we were in proper paying jobs, not some shitty selling out corner job. I'm talking about an actual job, or if YouTube was actually doing well for us. Which, let's be honest, none of us are making cake on YouTube. We're not on Theo levels right now, are we? So carry on, Jay.
For that, like 2 weeks.
Anyway, you don't pay bills, CJ. You don't have any bill. You don't have no bills to pay. Your parents pay for you. So can you stop going on like you're some sort of independent man? You've got your own apartment and shit, and you got kids. Shut up. Basically,
On a real level, though, big respect for someone like Theo, who's actually done that for himself.
Yeah.
Like, I find that mad, especially like considering when you watch someone from the start and you see, and like I think this applies to all of us. Maybe minus Jay because you didn't really watch YouTube from the start because you only started watching it a few years ago, right?
okay, carry on.
But anyway, when you see it grow from something like 2009ish, where literally no one was here.
I knew
like,
I knew who Black Panther was before I was on YouTube.
Did you used to watch like? Well, anyway, let me carry on. You can fill in anyway. So coming in from 2009, when like Machinima Respawn was only just becoming a thing, and then you see Machinima, and then you see like all these other tops, and then people actually become independent on their own channels and have income on their own channels. Big respect for people who can do that because it wasn't long ago when that wasn't even a thing, you know.
Nah, you know what's mad is I started watching Theo when he had a lesser amount of subs than what Cam has now.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
I remember his 5K special sub Q&A.
And
What
it's
did
mad,
he
like
do?
you can see the transition. Like you could tell by his content that he wanted to do it like all the time. Like he wanted to do it full time, and the progression, it was mad. And I big respect. I got big respect. Even people like AR12, like he's got his own mixed opinions, but he's got his own business basically now. Like he's got his own website, and you know,
own
it's big
goons.
respect to him. Like that takes a lot of effort to do that. Anyway, carry on, Jay. Sorry, I want a bit of tangent
I forgot what I was even saying.
about VR, about being earning money.
Yeah, I feel like with VR, I can't get excited because I am not going to be able to afford it. Even when I start working, there's no way I'm going to be able to push things aside and think, right, I'm going to spend £600 on VR kit and
The
a
issue
PS4.
is with the VR, there's so many different ones, it doesn't add up, if you know what I mean. So you got PlayStation VR, then you got PC VR, and then you got this VR and that VR. And it's like, if it was just one VR headset, which you could invest money into, and pay like £500 and it works on everything.
I wouldn't mind. I would like if Microsoft. No, not even that though. I would kind of rather one. There won't be one, but one that kind of worked with everything.
Yeah, literally.
I know that won't
If-
happen, but
It won't happen, but like, and that's the issue, is it, if you're gonna buy one, the only real sense it makes is to get the HTC Vive and use it on PC, because PC has got a bigger range of games.
yeah,
To get one literally PS4 exclusive for a console which is
Yeah,
probably gonna
that-
die out in 5 years is pointless.
seems a bit drastic to do that. Like
Especially when
unless
it's literally just
Unless
amount-
I was making that and I was getting them sponsorships and Sony sent me one.
And that's also not including the fucking PlayStation camera, which you also need to pay for. So it's basically £400.
Need the
Ooh.
camera as well.
Freaking NSA spying device.
No, that's just you being a gypsy. And then GT Sport, this is weird. I want to talk. Again, no one's really interested in GT Sport here, but this isn't what I want to talk about. It was more so the fact that they only showed screenshots off.
That's weird.
What the fuck? They showed off some new screenshots, and in all fairness, they did look amazing. I'm not going to sit here and say they didn't look amazing, because they did. They showed off like some of the rally stuff. What the fuck though? Why would they not show any gameplay at Gamescom or in a trailer? Maybe show some of the older cars, if there is any.
I
Real
know, the
weird
marketing
shit.
has been weird.
Real
The
weird
marketing
shit.
that they've done.
I know the Japanese and stuff, but like, come on.
Yeah, but even how they
Racist.
announced it was before E3 and everything, and they were not at E3. And now at Gamescom, they're again.
They were at
might-
E3. They actually released a trailer at E3.
Was it before that?
It wasn't
Something.
it wasn't in the conference, but it was there.
Oh, yeah.
It was an E3 trailer.
I might be able to play it. I'm going to EGX, so I might be able to play it.
That'd be good.
I still got to pre-order it. I have a notepad of list of games I need to pre-order.
I'm really curious to what.
I really wish I could go to EJX this year, but it's just not possible. Sad face.
Yeah.
But oh well. The Forza will be up by then, so it's fine.
Yeah.
And that leaves us on. Should we go straight to the Q&A questions?
The Q&A.
Oh,
Wait, wasn't
We
it
have
last
any.
year where Cam got to go but Jay couldn't, and now this year it's gonna be the opposite?
Don't remind me about the year I couldn't go and Need for Speed was there. Do not.
Only reason now is because I'm literally going to be on the other side of the country, and it doesn't make sense to go down for one
What if
weekend.
I just stretched my arm across the UK right, and grabbed you on by your head and then just pulled you back and then we could just go together?
Is it going to hurt?
It will hurt me, but I can do that.
Oh, that's fine then.
Oh, shit.
He's got to do it twice though, because once you get back, he has to take you, stretch his hand, and fling you across the country.
I could just use teleportation, to be honest.
I was going to say something really rude then. I'm not going to say.
If we're gonna use teleportation, and do it
Really?
the first time.
Oh my god.
Oh,
CJ,
right,
I'm so
right.
triggered.
So, I've already okay. So basically, Daniel Sarang asked some really deep questions.
What do you mean?
So number one, which is like really deep.
Have you ever seen a dead body?
I'm not laughing at the question. I'm laughing at the fact I have to say this, and you guys are all looking at me. Stop laughing. Right, taking my headphones off.
Pussy. You're a pussy.
Have you read it? Have you
I'll
read
read
one?
it if you want.
No,
No.
you're not reading it out.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Any advice?
Any advice?
on.
Got any
God.
advice?
Right, question one from Daniel Sarang. He says, question is, have you got any advice for anyone who's experiencing depression, peer pressure, social anxiety, or contemplating suicide?
Fuck,
shit.
that's a suspect.
I told you it was deep. I wasn't lying.
Shit. Call
No,
No,
CJ, don't bring,
no,
don't,
don't call
don't
them.
bring a meme.
Call it.
not. Like,
Um,
if they're legit feeling suicidal, call the national.
calling no helpline is not going to help.
Yeah, it's not
Um,
help.
Okay. Here's what I've got. I've never really hit deep depression in my life ever. I've had peaks where I've felt down, extremely down, but that's just comes with being a teenager. But the thing I would say is find something that you deeply have a passion for, and just do that. Even if you're still going through the shit, at least that's a sort of an escape. And weirdly enough, I feel like my computer was my escape, literally. Logging into my computer kind of locks me away from being pissed off, dealing with shitty teachers, dealing with being shit at certain subjects and stuff, and just going through whatever you go through at school. So,
YouTube was my escape in that. Like I said, I've said this before on Drivecast. When you turn on that camera, just like that's it. Like you just for those like 30 odd minutes when you're recording, it's like you haven't got to worry about school or anything. It's just you recording. That's like that was always, especially when I come back from school, and that was always be my escape. I don't think it's about being. I don't think it's about so much just being like having something to do. Just stay in there and make sure you're having. Just make sure you take a break from whatever's causing you stress.
yeah.
Video games, like what I do sometimes. I think like sometimes what I used to do is I used to go on like the Crew or Horizon. I used to drive. I better put some music on, and I think listening to music and stuff like that is like it's kind of therapeutic, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, if it's the case of yes, something's happening and you can't dodge it, like say family issues or something, then I don't really know how to talk on that. That's genuinely something you'd have to tackle yourself, because there's no how else can you go about it. You know what I mean? If you've got issues with your family, then
I've been pretty
you need
depressed
to
at
speak
points,
to
but I've
them.
never had a family issue.
Yeah, and that's why I don't know what to say.
Stick
Do you know
in
what I
there. There's always light at the end of the tunnel.
Yep.
I think that's the only thing I can really say on that one. So anyway, number 2, it doesn't end here. Have you had any near-death experiences?
Yes.
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 I think I did.
I'm not talking about one on Drivecast because this isn't a good place.
I almost got run over.
Run
Oh,
over.
Run over.
I think we've all pretty much all been run over.
Run over.
I was nearly in a car accident, like a really bad one, but the person swerved. It was.
Were they ragging it? Were they like, yes?
I was with my reckless, stupid older cousin, and he
Okay.
just wasn't driving sensibly.
You guys know those little not toy cars, but those cars that you drive as a kid, like those little tiny cars that are about that big.
Yeah.
I got ran over by one.
That was your near-death
More
experience.
than
No,
you
no,
did
no,
in
no.
Thug Life.
No,
Oh.
you got run over.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got run over by one.
Right, is anyone else going to say this before we go on to the next one?
I don't have any. I can remember now.
I'm not going to talk
You
about
literally said yes.
I was just agreeing. Yeah.
This is why you shouldn't be on Drivecast. Anyway, next one. Are you planning to get F1 2016? No.
it. No.
Alright, that's it for him. Carry on scrolling down. This one's from ARA1N.
Arian.
12.
Arian. And his question is, what's your opinion on esports?
It's cool. I was actually
I
watching
think
the.
it would be sick.
And
I think
was
it would be
actually
sick
watching-
if it was in the Olympics or X Games or something, you know?
It is. Call of Duty's in the X Games.
Is
That
that
shit's
actually?
boring, not interested.
they ever put gaming in the Olympics? Oh,
Yeah, but
cringe.
I was actually watching the Dota International Championship
Ugh.
held in Seattle every year, and I know like nobody here is interested in that, but like you look at that stadium, like it's weird. Like they had like
Oh my
you
god,
know
the
how,
architecture of that stadium. Oh my god.
you know how you know how in like pro sports after the game they have like these post game shows where they like do play by plays and shit. They legit do that, but with
Hey
Dota.
guys, John Madden
Counter-Strike.
here.
Yeah, they
I
actually
am-
like they had.
I'm
like,
not
little
interested in pro esports. Cool,
Yeah, it
you
was
do
pretty
you
cool.
you do you get the money, you do the play-by-plays. For me,
fucking money,
I don't
nigga.
care. I play games to have fun, not to sit there and literally like unless I'm going in and undefeated, I don't care.
You know
I don't
what's
wanna
mad
hit-
as well? You know what's crazy? These big people like FaZe and that. Most of them niggas back in 2009 were playing Modern Warfare 2, screaming down the microphone,
Trick shotting.
doing trick shots, and they just got lucky. They got lucky and started up like. Was it YouTube that got them there?
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, Jay,
So
you're a hypocrite because you're not.
I just think a lot of them are very fucking lucky. They
Literally, I was watching the GT Sport esports. And it's like, oh no, he's gonna go medical. Oh, he's gonna go and it's like, chill. Okay,
He
cool, like,
sounded like a cartoon character.
that's literally what it was like. It was ridiculous. Anyway, going on to the next question.
When Courage the Cowardly Dog was explaining the situation to his owners, that's what Google.
Oh, when he's run out. Next question comes from Zay Plays Dirt 3, and his question is: would you rather have your dream car painted or wrapped?
Painted.
Wrapped.
Painting.
So I can
Wrapped
take it
because you can still have the original color, and it keeps the car in pristine condition.
Oh yeah.
off. I think it's a bit more expensive though.
Obviously, but this is like would you rather, so it's like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, nigga, wrap my car.
Because if my rep gets chipped, nigga, it don't matter. I take the rep off, put another one on. Here's how it rolls. Cool. Done. Done.
Holland.
Everyone said wrapped. Wrap. Right. Everyone said wrapped. Next question comes from Epicness5, and his question is, what is the email? I think we said last week there was something about an email at some point in the podcast. I can't remember what we said though.
What email?
What email?
It's 09 Siege at google.com.
Rainbow Six Siege.
The next question is, what's your favorite AMG car?
Sex. I mean the Black Series.
The what Jay said.
Is
Black,
SLR? Does SLR count?
which Black Series am I talking about?
SL55 is nice.
The SLS, yeah.
The one
Say you love me, say you love me, but you never pressed on me.
Black
Yeah.
Series. That one.
SL55.
Yeah, I think that's what
Is that the
Saying
wide body one?
SLS.
Yes, it's literally white
Yeah, the SLS is really nice. Yeah.
and that true. Wait,
Yeah, if the
Can I
SLR counts, I'm gonna have that. If not, the SL55 for me.
yeah, it's definitely going to be either the SLS or the Skoda
Yes.
Skoda.
Also, shout out to
Skoda.
Willow Tool. He followed us on Mixcloud. I forgot to mention that at the start. I said I was going to do that at the start of every episode.
Meat meal.
I was going to say I would look, but I can't be bothered. No, I can't be bothered. No, I can't be bothered. No, I can't. I have to get Mixcloud up, and that's issues. You know, I'm going to do it just because I did say I would do it at the start of last episode, and I forgot, and I've got no more questions left, so we're not in any rush. Let's have a look. So, time to give you guys a shout out if you're on Mixcloud. I said this, I was going to do this every week. So, Jazz, Thomas, I actually can't scroll down on the notifications, so only Thomas, Jazz, and William are going to get shout outs.
That's not nice. Imagine
Yeah,
like all.
Yeah, because I can fucking scroll down further, can't I, to check. If you can solve this issue, you fucking do it. If you want to upload, you know what? Shut the fuck up. You don't even upload Drivecast half the time. I'm going out here busting my ass, fucking rendering MP3s and putting it on some gypsy ass website, and you're sitting there with your fucking unmade bed. You fucking, you know what? Just get out of my fucking podcast.
No.
I'm not that annoyed, by the way, guys. Don't think I'm actually that annoyed. Anyway. That has been the end of
Oh
Drivecast
my god.
I just want to mention when CJ does try and explain something, and he lays back into his chair like this with his head up in the air, he looks like Stephen Hawking. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you for tuning in to the 80th episode of Drivecast. We're getting ever so close to the elusive 100. Sorry, pardon me.
See, when
go ahead
when
and
you dance, you
subscribe.
just made me get worms.
Make sure to go ahead and subscribe. If CJ remembers to put our links down in the description, we will see you guys in the next one. You guys have an awesome stay safe. And
Oh,
let's
stay safe.
Eve.
Stay safe.
Right, wildcard.